Welcome back to Hakuoki. Kyoto wins. Time for round 4, damn it! Oh boy. Time to skip around. So yeah, skipping time. Let's go. Hey. Now we're just gonna get through all of the thinking. Alright. Thinking about what to do, and our guide says that we find a way to escape. There was nothing for it. I had to try and escape. Meaning I need to get moving immediately. Staying in this room did nothing to help me. Fortunately, they hadn't bothered to tie me up completely again, only my hands were bound. That would slow me down, certainly, but so long as I could move my legs, I stood a chance. Alright, now the exit is... I cast my memory back to when they'd brought me into the building the night before. Right, I'm sure it would work out. I stood up. Holding my breath, I edged towards the door, and I knew it was rude, but I had no choice but to try and open the sliding door with my toe. But I was almost there when suddenly it flew open, all on its own, revealing...
No!
I stumbled straight into Kondo-san.
おや、ずいぶん大胆な方ですね。まさか逃げるつもりだったんですか？勝手に動いては困りますね。君の身が余計に危うくなるだけですよ。
His voice was calm and not unfriendly, but his eyes were frigid and calculating. Too late, I realized why they hadn't bothered to tie me up again. They'd been watching me.
逃げれば切る。ゆうべ、俺は確かにそう言ったはずだが。
残念だけど、殺しちゃうしかないかな。約束を破るこの言葉なんて信用できないからね。
Okita smiled. He didn't look very sorry. Well, we're being bold and running for it. We ran for it. I had no choice but to run. If I was going to die anyway, then I had nothing to lose by trying to escape. Slipping around a stunned Kondo-san, I took off down the hallway.
お前な、本気で逃げ出せるとでも思ったのか？
He snatched me from the floor in one smooth motion with cat-like grace. Uh-oh. Let me go!
話したら逃げるんだろうが、このアホ。
But I don't want to die! And there's something I have to do!
年派もいかねえ小娘が下手な断層までして何を果たそうってんだ。
Huh? Did he just say girl? When I stopped flapping my feet and arms, Hijikata put me back down on the floor. Sir? I looked up at Hijikata-san, and he did not seem happy at all. Did you just say girl? I was scared. There was no denying it. Sana looked at us and nodded.
なるほど。やはり女性だったんですか、君は。
どう見ても女の子だよね。君は綺麗に化けたつもりかもしれないけど。
Wait, so all of you knew from the start? Was my disguise that unnatural? I wasn't quite sure what to think.
この近藤勇、一生の不覚。まさか君が女子だったとは。
Kondo-san. Every time. Well, perhaps they hadn't all known. I confess his reaction put me more at ease.
命をかけられる理由があるんならごまかさずに全部吐け。いいな。
I looked back at him and nodded. Woo! And here we go, back to the common room. There I was, surrounded once again by the leaders of the Shinsengumi.
少年にしては
We're
華
gonna
奢
do
で
a
可
skipping
愛ら
around
しい
again.
顔をしている。
And we're also Hijikata's page. For real this time, not just by suggestion, actually. February. Mid-February 1864. Right. I slid the door open and met a breath of cool morning air. Clumps of thick clouds trundle silently over the city, and an unusually strong wind driving them along. It's cold today. I think this is one that we can also skip around. I shivered a bit and grabbed a jacket from near the door to wrap myself around myself. A week had passed since I began living in the headquarters of the Shinsengumi. I was given a room of my own, but they made it clear that I wasn't to roam freely. They weren't the best accommodations, but given how close I was to being murdered by them instead, I thought it was best not to complain. Still, do I really need to dress like this all the time? I sighed, staring at my feet on the cold floor. They'd given me temporary accommodations, but it wasn't without its strict conditions.
お前の身柄は新選組預かりとする。が、女として屯所へ置くわけにはいかねえ。新選組にかくまわれている女がいる。そんな話が万一にも広まれば、よくねえ勘繰りをする奴も出てくる。それに、噂を聞いて行動さんを狙っている奴らが、お前まで狙い出すかもしれねえ。もちろん、行動さんが狙われていると確定したわけじゃねえがな。こういう不確定要素が多い現状で、迂闊な行動は取れねえってことだ。だから、お前には断層を続けてもらう。面倒だろうが、それでいいな。
Clear. His reasoning was sound. Perhaps more than that, I knew he was concerned for not only for the Shinsengumi, but also for the safety of my father and myself. I didn't have a choice, regardless. But keeping this in mind made his orders more palatable.
それに、たとえ君にその気がなくとも、女性の存在は体内の風紀を乱しかねない。ですから私たち幹部のほか、大使たちへも君の事情は話しません。情報はそれこそどこから広まるかわかりませんからね。
I understand the situation. So what should I do while I'm here?
屯所じゃ何もしなくていい。部屋を一つやるから引きこもってろ。
あれおかしいな。この子、誰かさんの故障になるんじゃなかったですか？
いいか、掃除。てめえは余計な口出しせずに黙ってろ。
Before long, I'd been there for a week. I guess I don't have much of a choice. No sense in dwelling on what I can't do, after all. Although it was still a new sensation, I'd grown comfortable in dressing like a boy, particularly the feeling of wearing pants. I straightened up and touched the kodachi that Hijikata had given back to me. According to my father, this was an important heirloom passed down through the Yukimura clan. As such, I was forced to take lessons in swordplay, making me well aware of what the blade was capable of. I had never cared much for weapons. Weapons hurt people, which is an obvious factor. But it was more than that, at least for me. For as far back as I could remember, any wounds I suffered healed at an incredible rate. Small cuts would disappear overnight. As a child, I thought nothing of it, but as I grew older, I began to realize what I was not quite normal. That I was not quite normal. My father insisted it was a gift of the gods, but that I should tell no one of it. I didn't tell anyone, of course. I was afraid they would treat me like a monster if they knew. Ever since then, I'd done my best not to get hurt. I stayed as far away from blades as I could, and before I realized it, I developed a fear of them. My constant need for disguise was frustrating, but my condition left me more unsettled. Still, that wasn't the only thing on my mind. The rank-and-file soldiers treated me coldly. I'm not just imagining it, right? I learned having a private room was a privilege even for captains. For a child to arrive and receive better treatment than their own captains. No surprise, really, for the soldiers to hate me. True, I suppose I can't really blame them. I was enjoying the Shinsengumi's hospitality, and so I felt I should help them in some way. But I knew nothing of soldiers and their ways. I gave as much effort as possible despite Hijikata's command for me to remain in my room. How does one calm the lonely, restless mind? I think for the soldiers, whenever the captains or other officers would look out for me, it appears as if they were giving me special treatment. They're just watching me. To make sure I kept my mouth shut, they took turns keeping watch over me. Any mistake on my part would cause huge trouble, so they were making an effort to keep me contained. Even if I could speak with the soldiers, what conversations would we share? Nothing? My only respite from... God, I'm very yawny. I woke up from a nap, and it's still cloudy outside, which means it's rain, which means I'm a sleepy person. My only respite from a possibility of detection would be to stay alone. Again. All I wanted from this, though, was to find my father. Even though they'd promised to help me, keeping me locked here without the ability to leave was no better than being tied up. Just when it felt like I'd made some progress into my journey, my search was kept to a halt. Oh God. Perhaps, I thought, I could talk to Hijikata-san. If he would give me permission to look for my father. Oh no. That's right. Hijikata-san just recently departed to Osaka. Well, if Hijikata-san's not here, I wasn't sure what to do. I think we've done... Have we done all three? I think we've done all three, yeah. So now we just stay put. And we're gonna skip, because this is the one where Kondo finds us and brings us konpeito and tea.
探したぞ、雪村君。ここにいるとは思わなんだ。
Yeah, this is the one. Hijikata had, of course, failed to tell Kondo that I had yet to be made a page. I wasn't surprised. Alright.
そうか、だが。
Then he placed a tray on the floor between us. This is... I looked down on the tray. I could barely stifle a sudden squeal of excitement.
君は甘いものは好きかね。茶菓子の棚にコンペイトーがあったのでな、持ってきたんだ。
Yeah, he said konpeito. We got some sugar stars. They're still next to my desk. I literally use konpeito as like little things of sugar when I have tea at my desk. So I don't have to put actual sugar in the kitchen. I just have a little jar full of them and I dissolve them in tea. Occasionally I will snack on them, but mostly it is for sugar. Because they are sugar. Hijikata? Caring? I could see that. That didn't seem right. But then again, wait, did I pick the right one? No, not Skippery, damn it. Did I mess it up? I wasn't paying attention. Hold on. No! Is that the choice I picked? I'm sorry, my brain is just... Yeah, okay, I did choose the right one. Rewind. Okay, there we go. That didn't seem right, but then again, I told myself Kondo-san knows him better than I do.
ちょっと厳しいところがあるかもしれんが、今回の件も君を思ってのことだろう。
I guess that has to be the case. If the commander doesn't think it's time for me to leave yet, then I should trust him. I'm sure you all know what's out there better than I do. I hadn't spent much time with him, but it was obvious that Hijikata-san was no fool. He was intimidating, of course, but he was a man of good intentions.
俺からもトシには伝えておこう。退屈だろうが、もうしばらく我慢してくれ。
Alright, thank you. He hadn't done much, but to be honest, Kondo-san's visit had cheered me up greatly. Of course, the conditions of staying in my room were left unchanged. However, the creature comforts of spending an afternoon drinking warm tea gave me some life. Oh no. Oh no, we're skipping this. It is dinner time, and Nokita being a little shit eavesdropping little... I missed the Okita we had. He's reverted. Skip. Sanan-san is hurt, his arm. Unsure if he can usually use his arm at this point. And then... And we're supposed to not think about the Furies, but we keep thinking about the Furies, and we go to bed. We're now in March. March 1864. It fast approached a month since I began living within the Shinsengumi headquarters. Hijikata-san and Sanan-san finally returned to the compound from their trip to Osaka, but spirits were low. Sanan-san's injury had unforeseen consequences for everyone in the organization. Day-to-day operations became hectic for a little while. His wounds seemed quite dire, and they drained whatever goodness in his nature he'd hoped to keep. Sanan-san would spend days holed up in his room, protected by a barrier of impenetrable silence. If he were to leave his room, a rare occasion now, he was short-tempered and quickly retreated. Even though I too spent days in the exile of my room, he seemed to take it much differently. This is where we go into the common room and ask for Hijikata, but we run into fucking Takeda! There he is, there's Takeda. Please, we'll get to him at some point. We will. But now he's just a petulant child, as the text calls him.
Oi, Takeda! こんなところで何をしている?
He recognized Hijikata-san's voice. He snapped his hand back to his side before he was about to fucking grab me by the collar.
これは土方副長。何？近藤局長に少々用がありましてね。
ほう。俺は何も聞いちゃいないが。
最近お姿が見えない三段総長の代わりに相談に乗ってほしいと言われているのです。しかし、近藤局長もいらっしゃらないようなので、私はこれで失礼します。
Takeda turned to take his leave, but then he slowed his step, leaving us with a few words.
ところで、土方副長。 そのものを故障に取り立てたというのは本当ですか？
ああ、少しばかり訳ありでな。
承知しました。訳ありならば詳しく聞くのはやめておきましょう。ですが、あまり同じ郷里のものばかりを周りに囲うのはいかがなものかと思います。では失礼。
Once Takeda exited the hall, I couldn't help but feel a rush of relief.
おい雪村、豚書の中を勝手に歩くんじゃねえ。
Yes, sir. I didn't mean to cause trouble.
お前の正体を知っているのはこのヤギ邸に寝起きしてるやつだけだ。前川邸からこっちに来るやつらには気をつけろ。いいな。
Clear. I promise to be more careful going forward. So may I ask who that man was?
あいつか、5番組組長の武田貫流斎ってやつだ。腕はそこそこだが、文学だか軍学の多少の知恵を持ってるやつだ。
See, now I'm questioning, what exactly is military science?
抜け目のないやつだからな。気をつけろ。
Ah,
それから用がないならお前もこの辺でうろうろしてないで部屋に戻っていろ。
Hijikata-san attempted to dismiss me, having said what he felt was appropriate as a stern commander. I asked Hijikata-san if I could help around the compound, because we're bored. And we feel useless. I didn't get many chances to see Hijikata-san, so I took the opportunity to offer my aid to the house. Actually, I have a favor to ask of you, Hijikata-san. Staying in my room for long periods alone makes me feel terribly useless. Would you please give me something to do? I'll do anything. Cleaning, laundry, anything. Hijikata-san sensed the sincerity of my plea, and it appeared as though he actually considered it.
部屋にこもっているのはそんなに退屈か？
Well, a little.
わかった。源さんに伝えておくから後で指示を仰げ。
Really?
その代わりあまり外から来たやつと関わるんじゃねえぞ。いいな。
Hi. But, thank you so much. The next day, Inoue informed me that I was given more freedom within the headquarters, which allowed me to exit my room freely. My duties included cleaning, laundry, and cooking. Not the most glamorous of chores, but of course. However, it gave me an opportunity to occupy myself as opposed to going stir-crazy in my room. I'd rather not be stir-crazy, thank you. 1864, June. Oh. June 1864. The fourth year of the Bunkyu era became the Ganji Ganon, and the summer sweetly blossomed. Spring shed its blossoming skin, giving birth to lush green trees facing the wide open sky. During one of these beautiful summer days, I finished cleaning after everyone ate breakfast, and Saito brought me to the hall to Hijikata-san.
副長、斉藤です。雪村を連れて参りました。
入れ。
Saito-san responded by quietly opening the sliding doors, gesturing me to enter the room. Ah, this is...
随分と長く待たせたな。
I get to go out. I get to go outside.
だから
And what are we gonna do? We're gonna accompany Hijikata-san at his page. In that case, please allow me to accompany you, Hijikata-san.
おい、お前まで何を言い出すんだ。
Hijikata-san's voice trembled irritably, as if troubled by my suggestion, which made me nervous, but I thought I had a shot in convincing him. I mean, walking around town with you may help with getting leads to find my father. With the other warriors questioning my place, it may be in our best interest for me to act like your page. It could convince the others. I recalled in this moment my introduction to Takeda, who voiced his skepticism plainly. Instead of sharing my point of view, Hijikata-san's expression soured. Then he responded.
あのな、宗司の言うことをバカ正直に受け取るんじゃねえ。こいつは面白がってる。
可愛い故障ができてよかったですね、土方さん。
God damn it, Soji! Hijikata-san stared bitterly towards Okita, and then, and again, it seemed we were trapped in their bubble of silence, but eventually...
わかった。ただし、俺の仕事の邪魔はするんじゃねえぞ。
Hey, I understand. I was somewhat surprised he obliged me, but I was so excited to join Hijikata and go outside.